Hi brothers and sisters, happy Easter. So I think it's pretty obvious that this Easter is not like most Easters. Usually we're used to getting together with family, we eat bizarre fruit salads that we don't really have any other time of the year, but honestly, those Easters always feel a little bit forced to me. Like we're celebrating that everything's okay, even when everything is obviously not okay. I mean, we have these images of life and, bunnies and eggs. I was pre-med and I still have no idea how biologically any of that makes sense. But I think the intention is to say that things are good. It's springtime and everything's great. And that's what feels forced to me about it. It's like we're getting together and we're saying everything's okay now because Jesus rose from the dead. Which, yes, obviously that's a big deal. And that makes a big difference. But did it really make everything okay? It seems like we go to church and we spend this time and we do all these things for Easter, and then we go back home and we fight over who forgot to do the dishes. Or people are still getting sick and difficult things are still happening in the world. It doesn't seem as though anything was actually made right at all. So this weird Easter this year made me think, what is Easter really about? What are we actually celebrating on Easter? And I found this scripture. It says, "So Christ, having been offered once to bear the sins of many, will appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to save those who are eagerly waiting for him." See, I think that actually makes some sense of it. Because it's saying that Jesus is coming back, so he's not done yet. It's okay to feel that everything is not okay because it's not. That's not what Jesus did on his first time. That's what Jesus is going to do on his second time. See, if we think about it like this, we don't have to pretend that everything's okay, because that's not what Easter is about. What we're celebrating on Easter is that Jesus proved that he can really do what he says he will do. All this is making me think of Jesus more like a warrior. So normally we think of Jesus as this sort of nice guy who really hates sin, sort of like a librarian crossed with a police officer or something. Actually, Jesus took on a much bigger enemy than anyone else has ever been able to conquer, death itself. I mean, he was killed, and then 2 days later, he came back. He literally went to hell and back, which that's a phrase we use for all kinds of people, but the truth is, no one comes back from hell, except for Jesus. So to me, if this is the guy who says, I'm going to come back and I'm going to make all things right, that really means something. So this is what we're celebrating on Easter. It's not that everything is good now. It's that Jesus proved that he's able to make all things right when he comes back. So that means that Easter is all about hope. It's a real celebration. What happened on Easter is incredible. And so, yes, it's worth celebrating with marshmallow candies and big gatherings when we're able to do that. That's a great way to celebrate Easter. But honestly, so is being at home in a quiet place when the world around seems to be falling apart. That's also a really great time to celebrate Easter. Because Easter is not saying that everything is great. Easter is saying that God will do great things. No eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor the human heart conceived what God has prepared for those who love him. On Easter, it's totally fitting to be at home, to pause, and to realize that God is planning amazing things for those of us who are waiting for him. To me, that's how Easter should be celebrated. So, happy Easter.